Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this. So, normally I'd have a topic and ramble on about that. Kelly's with me this morning. She's actually going with her mom for an appointment this morning. So she's going to be maybe chiming in every now and then if she wants to. Uh, I'm really not going to go on a topic because when I looked at what the topic was, I really wasn't too impressed with it. And, the link that was sent to me by James, basically, it's kind of a rough thing. And the topic is, who is the person I would like to meet the most that is alive today? That's such a that's yeah, I really don't want to answer. I don't know. So as for Kelly, she's like Daniel Craig. She's a big Daniel Craig fan. I guess the whole Bond, James Bond thing kind of took her over when he acted in other movies before he was James Bond. But that's a whole nother story for it. That's a horse of a different color, and we're not going to go on that horse today. But I am going to talk about, I talked about it earlier in a vlog last week. A lot of schools start back today. I know R2 left this morning on a bus, so we're kind of happy that we're kind of kid free now during the week for the next next few months. So kind of want to talk a little bit about just common decency and etiquette, especially with school starting back up and everything. I talked about it, like I said, in a vlog last week, and I'll re-hit it again after watching the news this morning. Just be aware. Where you should by now know where the schools are if you have kids in school. If you don't have kids in school and you drive or you walk or you ride your bike, whatever it might be, you should know where those schools are and what the school zones are. Those school zones are posted there not for your protection, but for the kids' protection, as well as the teachers and the staff of those schools. So instead of sitting there on your phone texting while driving, all that stuff, if you need a text, stop, pull off to the side of the road and text. If it's that important. Nowadays you got Bluetooth headsets, or you can Bluetooth to your car, and if you really feel like you got to talk to that person, give them a call. Common sense. Just be aware, because there's going to be some genius is going to cause either a wreck or something near school zone, because they forgot for the past 2.5 months, 3 months, there was no school, and school's now back in session. That's for the parents and for most adults. High schoolers, that's a whole nother story. With going to a big high school like I did in Norman and graduating from Norman High, we had a lot of juniors and seniors that drove. Mind you, this is back in 96, 97 when I was going to high school. Yes, I know, I'm old. And we had 2 parking lots. Here in Yukon, they've got one big. They got a fairly good sized parking lot for the kids. You know, for sophomores and freshmen and juniors. You know, for those kids that drive. And I know, and I remember being a teenager, I wasn't the safest driver. I will admit that. But nowadays, back then, we didn't have as many distractions as we do now. I.e., kind of like what I'm doing right now. But if you notice, I'm really more paying attention to what I'm doing than just looking at the camera like I am right now. So, you know, you can just imagine now how these kids are when they're on the phones, they're texting, they're doing all that crap. Yeah. Yeah, so watch out for the teenage drivers during, you know, near the high schools, because you never know how smart they're going to be. Some may be really, really good drivers, and then some not so much. Yeah, the high school's filling up quick. Driving by the high school on the way into work, and also on the way in to drop Kelly off. But you know, just use some common sense for the next few days or months while you're getting reconditioned with all this back to school stuff, with the kids going back to school. So there's my PSA again for the week. You know, try to do a PSA every now and then. And I do want to go back and talk about something from the other day. When Kelly said she'd rather have telekinesis or telekinetic powers, James decided to chime in and goes, "You sure you want to be able to read people's minds?" It's not the ability of just reading people's minds, it's choosing the people who she wants to read their minds. So, James, we know how dirty-minded you are and how perverted you are. We do not want to go into that mind. Or at least Kelly wouldn't want to. And she's already going, the hair? So, but we love you, brother. So, all y'all have a great day, and we will talk to y'all tomorrow.